Good morning guys, welcome back to a brand new video. And if you're new around here, because we've got lots of new subscribers, which is really nice, I'm renovating this massive stone house behind me so you guys can come and stay and witness the beauty of Miracle Mountain. The tractor is currently just warming up. I woke up super early this morning, so excited to crack on with some jobs inside the stone house, and I will be doing that in just a minute. But I basically spent about an hour and a half just maintaining the different vehicles that we have here on the property. It's really important. The tractor has about 100 grease nipples, so I definitely need to invest in an electric grease gun, because at the moment I'm doing it by hand and my hands are already worn out this morning and I've only just started. But let me show you what I'm going to be doing. So this is today's objective inside the main section of the house, which is always nice to work in here because there's more room than the other areas. And basically I want to move all of these big items out of the way because I need to set up the scaffolding so I can get all of this lime render off the wall. But these weigh a hell of a lot. This is a big burnt cement mixer, which I can barely lift on my own. We've got all sorts of different things. Over here, we've got an oil or a diesel barrel that I guess they would have used to fuel all of their vehicles on this property. I could really do with one of them, to be honest. And then we have these big stones that was holding up the first floor. They're not in the best condition because they took a lot of the heat in the fire. You can see here, bits of it are just crumbling away. So it may be that I can use bits of this, but you can see that it's just crumbling apart. So I'm going to try and pull it out with the tractor. And if I can use a bit of it, then perfect. If I can't, well, I can just put it out the way somewhere. But look at this. The top of this is completely wobbling and come apart. So I'm actually just going to push that over there so it's safe. Less to pull now. So the first thing I'm going to pull out is this cement mixer because it's right in the way. I'm not taking any risks either with my back. There's no point me trying to drag this manually when I got a tractor that can just pull it out really easily. That's the plan anyway. as well as it could have gone. Super successful. Now one item less in the house, which is always good. It is actually a lot more space in here on that side now, because that cement mixer is a unit. I couldn't even lift it on my own. I had to use a bar just to prise it up a little bit to get it through the doorway. But yeah, it went well. I'm going to move the oil barrel and then tackle that mammoth stone. The oil barrel is now out the way, so I can tackle the massive stone. It's going to be interesting to see how the tractor pulls it. I mean, the tractor can pull like 3.5 tons, so the stone definitely is not 3.5 tons, but it's just maneuvering the heavy weight around the doorway may be a little bit tricky, but yeah, let's find out. You can see it's already looking a lot clearer in here. It's opened up all of this space, which is what I'm trying to do, because the scaffolding's going to sit there. Also, the scaffolding needs to go over there as well and over there. So basically the whole thing needs clearing out, but this is the stone that I'm about to tackle. What a beast. So I'd just like to take a moment out to say a massive thank you to the sponsor of today's video, which is Riolink. They have sent me 2 epic cameras to try out and I couldn't be more excited. So first of all, I've got the Argus PT Ultra security camera with the solar panel, and also the Keen Ranger PT wildlife camera. Can't wait to set that up and get it in the forest. Living on 57 acres makes it impossible to know what's going on at all times, but Riolink makes that super simple to monitor. By using their easy to use app on my phone, I can switch between cameras on the property and see what's happening live, as well as receive instant notifications when motion is detected. It's so smart, it can even tell the difference between humans and animals. So we've been using Riolink cameras for a number of years now, and it was thanks to the original Argus solar powered security camera that we had on the property while we were away in Canada that we got alerted of a fire happening right here in 2022. That meant that I was able to get an update straight to my phone, which then I could use to contact the fire service and ultimately help save our property. The Riolink Argus PT Ultra is one of Riolink's best security cameras with 4K 8 megapixels, dual Wi-Fi connection, person and vehicle detection, and is powered via solar. I've come to an opening deep in the forest to set up this Keen Ranger, and I couldn't be more excited because I know that I'm going to get some really cool animal action on this camera. There's animal trails all in this area, and that is why I'm setting it up here. I've attached the aerial. I love the green camo colour. This blends in so well, and it comes as standard with a really long strap. So this will fit around pretty much any tree on this property. It has a 2K 4 megapixel high definition video resolution and no glow infrared LED night vision, meaning wildlife won't be startled by the LEDs coming on at night, and you can view what's happening 24/7. So the great thing is this camera is completely solar powered. So up here on the side of a mountain, I don't have to keep trekking up and down to check to see if I've caught any wildlife. It sends the images directly through 4G and will even tell me whether it's a human, an animal, or just motion detected. It's all powered by this solar panel. It's even got the same camo print, which I really love. It blends in to the environment of this forest really nicely. And this means this camera can sit here now indefinitely. It even has an SD card and cloud storage, so every time the camera is triggered, it's recorded, which is super handy because most of the wildlife will come out while I'm sleeping. We're big fans of Riolink here at Miracle Mountain, and they have something for everybody, whether you want a security camera for indoor use, outdoor use, or off-grid. Riolink are currently running their annual holiday sale, so what you're waiting for, you can get your friends or family the best gift for a better price, and you'll get 40% off if you click the link in our description. So that didn't entirely go to plan, and I thought that may happen. You can see the stone has split into 3 different pieces, fairly sizable chunks as well, so it's not like I can just pick them up and move them. So it's more work in terms of having to pull things out, but they're easier because they're smaller, so easier to maneuver. But basically the reason that's happened is because these were right in the center of the fire. So you can imagine when the fire was blazing, these pillars took the whole brunt of the fire. The inferno was completely around them, which makes sense why they're really not in a good shape. I mean, just look at this. They're just completely flaking away. I'm going to try and push that over. Imagine when the fire was burning, you would have had the flooring, which was wooden, the floor joists, the roof beams, the roof battens, the roofing, everything that was stored in here would have just been on fire around these pieces of stone here. So that is why they're in bad condition. It's split in exactly the same way. I'm going to find so many cool metal objects under all of this chaos, because at the moment it does look like chaos, but I just gotta crack on. Check this out. This is like the front of a fireplace or something. Pretty cool. I'm making really good progress removing these roof sheets. I reckon another 10-15 minutes, all of the metal roof sheets will be out and it will look so much cleaner. Also, some of them are in really good condition, which means I'm going to use them for temporary drying logs. Basically, I've got a lot of trees that need cutting up into firewood, but I don't yet have a big enough fire store, so I will be making a fire store at some point soon. But until I do that, I can definitely utilize some of these metal roof sheets. I have just moved all of the roof sheets out of this main room and it looks so much better. And I'm finding all these different objects which I'm absolutely loving. So check this out. This is just a piece of rebar, and what they've done is they've made it into a crowbar, so you can see the end there for lifting stones, and then you got the crowbar end on the other end. So that is literally just rebar. Why do you need to buy tools when you can make them? Like, that serves a purpose. Over here, this looks a bit random. I'm not really sure what it was meant to be, but it looks like it was a little chair also made out of rebar. Maybe the person who used to own this property just loved trying to weld stuff. But check this out, you got a rake as well. That would serve a purpose, no problem. In fact, I'll probably end up using that, so I'm going to put that to one side. But yeah, how cool is that? And I'm sure there's lots more treasure under the massive rubble that is in this building. There's loads of cans of some sort down here. You've got some rebar pegs. So yeah, there's all sorts of different things. I've just spotted over here, I have no idea what that is. What is that? I'm gonna have hours of fun rooting through all this stuff. Oh, check this out. A little bit of a decorative piece, I like that. But yeah, it's looking way better, and what I'm going to do now is just move out any last bits. Like over here you got these wheelbarrows, 2 wheelbarrows, and just spotted a gas canister over there, so I'll move that as well. I'm actually really enjoying this, especially the part where I get to tow stuff with the tractor. It's a lot of fun. I love being on the tractor, I love being on a digger. Anything like that is always a good day. But I'm gonna get these wheelbarrows out the way, and I'm probably gonna jump on the phone to a couple people, see if I can get some help lifting these stones out of the building, because I don't fancy doing it on my own with my back. It's already borderline twinging, so I don't want to do any damage. So if I can get some help in here, that would be amazing. So this wheelbarrow I've just spotted, it's a dump wheelbarrow. That would have been so cool to have and so useful for the job that I'm doing, but it's completely burnt to a crisp. It's also full of rubble, so I think that's gonna have to be towed out with the tractor, because I can't lift that rubble. It's completely buried. And then this one as well. Right, time to get the tractor. I don't know what I was talking about. This wheelbarrow, perfectly fine. I've got quite an exciting development on this project that I've not told you yet, but I've basically spoken to an architect. I really like their work. I found them online, and it turns out they're really quite local in one of the nearest cities to where we are. So that's really cool. I'm hopefully gonna book in to have a first meeting with the architect, see what he thinks of the project and go from there. So that is really cool. But yeah, I'm stoked with what I've achieved today. Check it out. So that right there is a huge amount of scrap metal. I really need to sort out getting a skip soon. You can see just down here, I've kept any good sheets of roofing. That is going to be useful for covering wood. And then just a massive pile of rubbish metal that basically will just have to be binned off. But on the inside, and also thank you tractor, you have helped me and my back enormously today. If I go inside, you'll be able to see it is looking so much better. It really is. All of that mess that was in there is still in there. No, I'm joking. A lot of it's gone. There's still a lot to do. This is probably 2 feet, well, in that corner, probably 4 feet deep of just roof tiles and rubble, stones, metal. So I would like to get the digger in here at some point. If I can fit it through the door, that would be brilliant. And then you can see down here, these are 2 massive slabs of stone, which I remember before the fire, they were actually sitting up here. So they were suspended in the air, these stones were, and that is what you would walk out onto and what was supporting the floor underneath. What I'm probably gonna do with them stones is break them down into small bits. You can see there's already a hairline crack just down the middle there, so that'll be easy to split into pieces. And it's been in the fire, so yeah, it's gonna be weak. It was right in the heart of the fire. It is a little bit worrying, I'm not gonna lie, because obviously the granite is really crumbly, and on some areas over here, the granite is really crumbly. But the whole point of today's mission was to clean an area so that I can set up the scaffold so I can get this lime render off. So basically I can tell what condition the stone is behind that render. As I said, I'm super stoked what I've achieved today, and it's one of them things, isn't it? Like I keep saying on every video, the whole point of this process and clearing everything out and revealing all of the stone is so that the structural engineer can come in, really assess and see if it basically needs to be torn down and rebuilt, or something new gets put in its place, or we can do a mix of basically new and old. So maybe one part of the building's completely fine, we can keep that, we can do a modern extension, or the whole thing's fine and we can just rebuild it as is. So let's wait and find out. It's a long process working with stone for sure. These projects are fairly slow going, but I feel like I'm making good progress. So thanks once again for joining me, and I'll catch you on the next video.